Have you ever felt like you're navigating life without a map? The world today can feel so complex, so fast-paced, and sometimes just plain overwhelming. We're constantly bombarded with information, yet true wisdom can seem hard to find. But what if I told you that some of the most profound guidance for our modern lives is hidden in stories told 2,000 years ago? That's right, I'm talking about the parables of Jesus. Now, you might think, what can ancient agricultural stories about seeds, soil, and shepherds possibly teach me about my career, my relationships, or my mental well-being in the 21st century? Well, you'd be surprised. These aren't just simple tales for a bygone era. They are masterful, multi-layered narratives packed with timeless truths about human nature, justice, forgiveness, and purpose. They're like spiritual puzzles, and when you start to piece them together, they reveal a brilliant picture of how to live a more meaningful and fulfilling life, right here, right now. Let's take the parable of the sower, for example. On the surface, it's about a farmer scattering seeds on different types of ground. Some fall on a hard path and get eaten by birds, some on rocky ground where they can't take root, some among thorns that choke them out, and some on good soil where they flourish. It's a simple agricultural image. But when we dig deeper, we see it's a powerful metaphor for how we receive new ideas, opportunities, and even positive messages. Think about it. How often do you hear a great piece of advice, but you're too busy or distracted the hard path and it just doesn't sink in? Or maybe you get excited about a new goal, like starting a new habit, or projected the seed on rocky ground. You start strong, but when the first challenge appears, your motivation withers away because it wasn't deeply rooted. And what about the thorns? These are the anxieties and worries of modern life, the endless pursuit of wealth or status that can choke out our personal growth and joy. The story challenges us to ask, what kind of soil is my heart and mind today? Am I creating a receptive, nurtured space for good things to grow? Or am I letting the distractions and anxieties of the world take over? This isn't just ancient farming advice. It's a practical guide to personal development. Or consider the parable of the Good Samaritan. A man is beaten, robbed, and left for dead. A priest and a Levite, respected religious figures, see him and walk by on the other side. But then, a Samaritan, someone from a group despised at the time, stops. He cleans the man's wounds, takes him to an inn, and pays for his care. Jesus asks, who was a neighbor to the man who fell into the hands of robbers? The answer is obvious: the one who showed mercy. This story completely redefines what it means to be a good person. It's not about your social status, your job title, or what religious group you belong to. It's about your actions. It's about compassion in action. In our world, which is often so divided by politics, nationality, and ideology, this parable is more relevant than ever. It forces us to look past our labels and prejudices and see the shared humanity in everyone. It asks a piercing question. When you see someone suffering, do you cross the street to avoid them, or do you cross the street to help? It's a call to active, unconditional kindness that can transform our communities. And what about the parable of the prodigal son? This is one of the most beloved stories for a reason. A younger son demands his inheritance, wastes it all in a foreign land, and ends up in desperate poverty. Humbled and starving, he decides to go home and beg his father to hire him as a servant. But as he approaches, his father sees him from a long way off, runs to him, embraces him, and throws a massive celebration. He doesn't say, "I told you so." He doesn't demand an apology. He just showers his son with unconditional love and forgiveness. This story is a beautiful illustration of grace, second chances, and the power of forgiveness, both for others and for ourselves. How many of us are held back by past mistakes, haunted by feelings of shame or regret? We feel like we've messed up too badly to ever recover. This parable tells us that no matter how far we've strayed, the path back home is always open. It's a powerful message for anyone struggling with self-worth or feeling defined by their failures. It teaches us that our value isn't based on our performance, but on our inherent worth, and that forgiveness has the power to restore and heal what was broken. The parables of Jesus are not just historical artifacts. They are living, breathing wells of wisdom. They are mirrors that reflect our own lives, our struggles, our hopes, and our potential. By exploring these ancient stories, we can unearth profound truths that help us navigate the complexities of modern existence. They teach us to cultivate a fertile mind, to practice radical compassion, and to embrace the healing power of forgiveness. They offer a timeless roadmap to a life of greater purpose, connection, and peace. So next time you feel lost or overwhelmed, maybe the guidance you need isn't in the latest self-help book or viral trend, but in a simple story told 2,000 years ago. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this reflection helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more insights into ancient wisdom for modern life. See you in the next one.